Welcome everybody. As many of you know, I am currently on a little break, so I've laid on some of the best content creators in the community to help out. First up we have the Creaky Blinder, who has stumbled upon one of the most unbelievable evolution deniers I've ever seen. And since we've done quite a bit on Kent Hovind recently, then I thought this would be appropriate. Enjoy.
No, don't worry, it'll be fine. He's not even in, look. Shh. Quiet. He won't know I've used his office. What? Oh, look, fine. I'll do it from my own office then. Oh, crap! Quick, before somebody hears it. Tidy! Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, the Creaky Blinder. I miss hair. What? You were expecting somebody else? Well, I'm sorry, but you're stuck with me for today. As I said, welcome to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, the Creaky Blinder. And I know that Dan is a fan of... No, he's not a fan of creationists, is he? He hates them. I know he's a fan of the theory of evolution. So I thought today I would show you the smuggest evolution denier I have ever come across in my time on YouTube. So let's do that.
Oh look, Earth's first land plants were small and moss-like. Oh yeah? How do you know? Did you have a video camera there? Where's the tape? I want to see the evidence.
Now allow me to start off by saying, violence is never the answer. Please, I will not, and neither will Dan, accept any responsibility for damage done to your smartphone, tablet, laptop or PC during the watching of this video, because she just gets worse.
Where's the evidence? Fossils? These fossils are the evidence because you have fossils of plants?
Well, yes, plant fossils are a very important part of evolution. So paleobotany is the branch of botany dealing with the recovery and identification of plant remains, and they're used for biological reconstruction of past environments. So yeah, they're a hugely important part of evolution. And obviously the evolutionary history of plants has a bearing upon evolution in general.
This is the evidence I'm supposed to believe that these were the first plants? How do you know?
Now basically what this woman is doing is what we've seen flat earthers do 1,000 times. Basically just denying the evidence that is there, clear as day, in front of her face. Just because you don't believe something, it does not mean that it isn't true.
Someone's going to have to fill me in. There must be a hidden videotape from 470 million years ago that these people all are in possession of.
Don't be so ridiculous. Again, this reminds me of flat earthers, a childish argument. Relative dating is used to test the age of fossils if you're only looking for an approximate age by comparing it to other fossils where we already know the age. But if you want something more accurate, that's possible as well. You use the radiometric data found within the fossil to measure the decay of the isotopes.
And haven't shared with the rest of us, because they know what happened 470 million years ago.
Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and make a guess. I'm guessing that this woman is a Christian or some sort of religious follower. So, by her theory, how does she know whether Jesus did or didn't exist? Was she there? Are any of her friends closely related to Jesus? Was there anybody there with a video camera to film him?
It took around 50 million years. Why not 60? 70? Maybe it was 40. How do you know? Where's the video? Again, where's the video? I want video evidence.
So the only evidence you'll accept is evidence which you know to be impossible to provide. Seems fairly logical to me, and it seems like a very familiar argument by anyone who denies anything. The only thing that'll prove it to me is the thing that is impossible to provide.
Much like a parent with a video camera recording the first steps of their baby child, someone was around 370 million years ago to record the first steps of tetrapods from water to land.
do you actually have an argument apart from there were no video cameras around 400 million years ago? Or are we just going to keep with this same childish argument all the way through? Tetrapods are a group of vertebrates that include amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals. They include all living land vertebrates, as well as some former land vertebrates that have since adopted an aquatic lifestyle. For example, whales. Whales! Sorry, different type of whales. Dolphins, seals, sea lions, sea turtles and sea snakes.
Because that's what they're telling you here. That tetrapods took their first steps around 370 million years ago. Who writes this stuff?
Who wrote the Bible? Were you there? Do you know anyone who was there? Did any of them have a video camera? Because according to both Jewish and Christian dogma, the book of Exodus was written by Moses in the year 1300 BC. But I guess if you didn't have anyone there filming the event, you're not going to believe it, are you?
That's what they want you to believe, that the fins eventually fell off and then they grew some feet and started walking on the land.
Well, yeah, that's kind of exactly what happened. But it happened over millions of years. Now, I like to simplify things on my own channel. But that's taking it a bit too far even for me. Now, if you look at hens, for example, over time, if farmers want to produce hens that yield more eggs, they need to find a hen that lays more eggs than the other hens. And what they'll do is they'll take the offspring from that hen and ensure that that offspring then breeds. And as a result, you should get hens that yield more eggs. But this process takes years and years and years. In this instance, millions of years. So these changes that you seem to think happen at the snap of a finger take millions of years to happen.
This is the dumbest theory I've ever heard in my whole life. It's not good. It's really not good. It's bad.
And a man that could walk on water, turn water into wine and rise from the dead, that's not stupid at all.
It's very bad. Buying it. 100% hook, line, sinker. Buying it.
Oh, she better not start on these kids because that'll make this video change on a sixpence. Have you ever noticed that the stupidest people who disbelieve things like evolution are usually the most arrogant and cocksure of themselves?
And they have a skull on display that is clearly a dragon. There's no other way to describe it. It's a dragon skull.
Whales! Sorry. Please, go on. You were saying dragon?
It's got horns, like here. It's got a long snout, big pointy teeth, bumps all over its face, bones. So you can imagine that the skin was stretched over this thing. It clearly looks like the dragons of drawings. Very clear. So my kids...
Oh no, she's got kids. Those poor children.
We get down there and immediately one of them says, "Mom, it's a dragon."
Well, I don't want to point out the obvious, and far be it from me to be judgmental, but generally speaking, stupid parents equals stupid kids.
And I look at it and I say, my God, it is a dragon. I've never seen anything like that. It looks just like a dragon. It is. It's a dragon. And my mom says, "It's a dragon. Look at this."
Right, hang on 1 minute. I need a little bit of clarification here. So, evolution isn't a real thing. Plant fossils, animal fossils prove nothing because there was nobody there with a video camera. But a man walking on water and turning water into wine, yeah, that's fine. And now dragons are a real thing.
Well, the technician goes, "Oh, no, that's not a dragon. No. I'm like, what do you mean it's not a dragon? She says, "No, that's a dinosaur." Okay, well, give it a look at it. It looks like a, we know what we're talking about, right? Like a dragon with horns and the whole deal.
Yeah, but the big problem with that is we know for a fact from the fossil record that dinosaurs actually roamed the earth. Dragons, on the other hand, as patriotic as I am, and we do have a dragon on the Welsh flag, They're a mythical creature.
I mean, there's no evidence yet of flying dragons, of, fire-breathing dragons. However, there's plenty of people around the world throughout the ages who wrote these stories about dragons, who drew pictures of dragons, who said they saw dragons. And then we have this dragon skull that looks exactly like a dragon that people have drawn from the stories.
But as I said, dragons are mythical creatures. Now, I just had a quick look on Google to see what I could find about dragons, and lo and behold, the most common place to find people writing and reading about dragons is the Bible. So, there's zero credibility for you.
And yet, here's this woman in a lab coat saying to me, "That is not a dragon. No, it's a dinosaur." Just...
Do you think I could maybe get a quick punch in while nobody was looking? Don't judge. She's just really smug and arrogant.
I maintain that is a dragon. So does the people so does the guy who discovered it. Hello, Dracoris Hogwartsia?
Are you really that much of an idiot? You've just blown your whole argument out of the water. Because Dracoris Hogwartsia was a dinosaur. Yeah, I suppose it does kind of resemble a dragon with its horns and the lumps on its snout. But Dracoris Hogwartsia translates to Dragon King of Hogwarts. So using your logic, that must mean that Harry Potter's real as well.
You couldn't make this stuff up if you tried.
But that's the whole point. This stuff isn't made up. It's all researched and found from the fossil record. You don't need to make things up if they're blatantly obvious.
See, that kind of looks like a dragon, too. So does that one. I mean, couldn't we... See, the reason they don't want you to say dragon is because they know there's evidence that people have seen something that looks like this.
People seeing something isn't evidence, you stupid woman. Evidence is when you can provide concrete proof that something happened, by way of a fossil, for example. Now, a fossil is evidence of dinosaurs, but people saying they've seen dragons isn't evidence of dragons, in the same way as a child thinking that they have seen Santa Claus isn't evidence that Santa Claus is real.
This is a fantasy. This is a fantasy like dragons.
Wait, what? 10 seconds ago you were saying that dragons absolutely existed. And they just don't want people to come forward and say that they've seen them and that they've got the evidence. And suddenly now they're a fantasy? Which is it?
Like, except dragons aren't a fantasy. Like,
oh, nice recovery.
But their idea of, oh, well, dragons aren't real. No, this isn't real. This is something they've just made up. Incredible. No one considers that Neanderthals could just be people with big foreheads.
It's a bit hurtful. Yeah, I have got a big forehead. I'm not bald. I've just got a big forehead.
You know how Eastern Europeans have bigger brows and, deeper set eyes, and we're supposed to believe that, no, these are ape ancestors? No, I don't think so. I think they're just exactly like how human beings are so different. Humans are all so different from different places, and they look different.
You do realise that you were that you were describing evolution. Different people from different countries look different in different ways. People from blistering hot countries have generally got darker skin because the skin is tougher so that it can cope with the sun.
Neanderthal man simply could have been a guy they found with a really big forehead.
And on the very hurtful forehead remark, that's strangely where her video abruptly ends. So with all that being said, all that remains is for me to say a huge thank you to Simon Dan for asking me to provide a video for Tinfoil Tuesday. It's been my absolute pleasure, sir. And to thank all your viewers, and hope that some of you will have enjoyed this enough to want to come over to my channel and hit the subscribe button there. And thank you very much for joining me for my first and probably last episode of Tinfoil Tuesday. I'm the Creaky Blinder, and I will see you all again soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.